Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 93 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and it's time for the penultimate Eldritch Moon Draft. We have one more Eldritch Moon Draft next week, and then we're done. The week after that will, of course, be Kaladesh set review, and then Kaladesh pre-release recap, and then the first in-store paper draft of Kaladesh, and then Kaladesh will be online. So, join me for my second last Eldritch Moon Draft online. I've been loving this set. This is going to go down as one of my favorite sets for sure. It's not as insane as Innistrad or Triple Rise, but it's pretty darn fun. So we're going to jump in and see how we do. All right, pack one, pick one. We've got a Sigarda's Aid. That's not very good at all. There's a Nebelgast Herald, which would be pretty okay. Grapple with the Past. Drag Under. This is not a good pack. Not a good pack. I think Nebelgast Herald is better than the Drag Under. We can get one of those. We may never see one of these again. Grapple with the Past is really good. I mean, we all know that I do tend to have a tendency towards blue, so the Nebelgast Herald is winning out a little bit here. I'm not taking a Vampire, an Outburst, a Scavenger's a Swarm, a Cleansing, a Reaver. Not taking a Maniac first pick. No, no, and no, and no. So, yeah, it's really just Herald and Grapple, and I'm going to take the Herald. In you go. Ooh, a Coax from the Blind Eternities. That would be horrible. We've got a Cultist. We've got a Choking Restraints. Cryptolith Fragment. Ruthless Disposal. This pack's better. Cultist is just too low power. Choking Restraints, Disposal, Fragment. Interesting. I feel like Disposal's probably the best card here. Cryptolith is really good. No, I think Disposal's just too much better, so let's take Disposal. Choking could have been good, though. We've got a Dusk Feaster, a Certain Death, an Ingenious Scab, Dragoon, Cultist, Sentry. I think I'd be okay with Feaster. It goes with the Disposal because I can specifically put whatever I need in the graveyard to help get Delirium online. So I'm thinking Feaster. Certain Death, not good enough to be picked here, I don't think. Cultist, Scab's good. I don't think it's better than Dusk Feaster, though. It's close. It's really close, but I think Feaster wins out ever so slightly. So let's take a Feaster. Ooh, Geist of the Archives. So good. With a Scab and a Constrictor. I mean, if we're going to go blue-black, we're going to look to go late game, in which case Geist of the Archives is going to be so much value. So much value. I think we just take it. Kind of sucks to pass two Ingenious Scabs, but oh well. Geist, in you go. It's also a good later game sack creature for Ruthless Disposal. Seems fine. Spontaneous Mutation, Thraben Foulbloods. A relatively late Ulvenwald Captive. I think I'm happy to just take the mutation, though, and kind of go into blue-black here. Captive, it's good. It is first pickable in some packs, some weak packs. But I don't think we're going to pass a mutation over it with what we've taken already. So, mutation, in you go. Especially if we are going to push a little bit Delirium-y-ish with Feaster. What do we get past? Also, I just realized everybody has the default avatar. We've got, wow, a really late Sigardian Priest. Up against a Graphrats, a Foulbloods, a Supplicant. I don't think I want to push white. Not with what we have. I might be okay just taking a Graphrats here. We've seen two Scavengers, I think. We might get one back around. I do want a Foulbloods at some point. Oh, and a Grapple too. Honestly, I feel like the right choice was the Grapple or the Priest in a truly competitive, quote-unquote, real draft. But So be it for now. Laboratory Brute helps out with Delirium a bit, and there's nothing else here for us. It's a relatively late Lunarch Mantle as well. We're not taking Campaign or an Axe or a Consecrator, so Brute, in you go. Another Brute. Strange Augmentation is not a card we're going to play. I don't think we end up going green at this point, but we could take probably a Swift Spinner. I mean, if we do end up black-green Delirium, Survivalist is probably a little bit better. So let's take the Survivalists, but I don't think we're going to get out of blue. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Weirded Vampire is fine. Goes with Disposal. There's a lot of red here, but none of it's good, so I wouldn't consider this a sign of anything. In fact, all 5 of these cards are last pickable. Falconwrath Reaver is probably the best of those, but we'll take the Vampire. Okay, so nothing here for us. I guess we take a Wolfkin Bond? Sure. In the sideboard. Ooh, that's a late Cultist. It's a relatively late Sentry too, and Swift Spinner. Was this just a stacked pack or something? Weird. Anyways, we'll take a Cultist. I mean, we're not going to go white at this point. Feels like white. I wouldn't call Sentry an open signal. We can take the Graph Harvest. It's in our colors. We're not going to play it. We're not going to play Contingency Plan either. Yeah, I've had to argue with people a few times about Graph Harvest. It's not great. Like, it's just really not great. We're not going to play either of these. Let's take a Strange Augmentation. And what do we get last pick? Also, why are there so many people with default avatars in this draft? Iron Rites Cleansing. There we go. Mountain, in you go. All right, that's an okay first pack. I don't think we're going to go green. Ooh, Tree of Perdition. Oh, Docent, why couldn't you have been pack 1, pick 1? Well, this is interesting. I'm going to have to check prices on Tree. I doubt it's worth anything. Tree is worth 30 cents. Docent's worth 2. So this is interesting because both rares are playable. We've also got a Crusader and a Drownyard Behemoth. So Docent, I currently have Disposal, and that's it. Tree is a pretty good defender. I don't know what I want here. I don't know what I want here. I mean, Docent is just a 5/4 flyer for 5. Like, we don't have to be in the Instant Sorceries deck to play this and be happy about it. And getting, like, an incidental wizard off of it is fine. I think we take that over the Tree. The Tree's just too slow and doesn't really do anything. We might even get it back around. I doubt it, but we'll take the Docent here. Splendid Reclamation again. Hey, well, there's the Midnight Scavengers we've been hoping for, and an Ingenious Scab. How long do we want to play the game of passing Midnight Scavengers? I think we'll do it once. I think we'll take a Scab here. And then we'll grab a Midnight Scavengers next pick. That's the plan. That's the plan. Let's take the Scab. Oh, no Scavengers, but there is a Voldarum Pariah. And Foul Bloods and a Spontaneous Mutation. We're taking Pariah. For sure. For sure. Oh, with a Liliana. We could just be mono rares. Scour the Laboratory, Thraben Foul Bloods. Edict effects are just so terrible. So terrible. I think we just take the Foul Bloods here. We could arguably take the Scour. I mean, we are attempting to be slightly Delirium-ish. We already have 10 creatures. Yeah, I think I'm okay taking a Scour here and then taking a Thraben Foul Bloods soon. And I'm happy passing Oath. So yeah, let's take the Scour. Dragoon. Dragoon seems fine. Super fine. Not taking a Lunar Force ever, or a Whispers of Emrakul, or a Contingency Plan. Gavany Unhallowed, it's good, but Dragoon's better. Well, hey, the Mono Rares plan continues with an Imprison in the Moon. I'll take that over a Rise from the Grave and a Turnaside for sure. That's a decent piece of removal right there. So we've got Docent, we've got Pariah, we've got Moon. We could have had an Oath. Maybe we'll get a tree. Who knows? We've got like 3 picks until the tree maybe comes back. I don't expect it to. I expect somebody to go, ooh, Mythic, I want it. But we'll see. What do we get? We get a Fortune's Favor, a Borrowed Malevolence, and a Fogwalker. And a Scarecrow, for that matter. Interesting. Interesting. I think the picks between Scarecrow and Fortune's Favor. Scarecrow is just really efficient. 4/4 for 4 is super solid. It's an artifact creature as well, which I think is going to push me a little bit further. That'll help turn on Feaster, Laboratory, anything else we get. I do like Fortune's Favor, surprisingly, compared to what I expected at the beginning. But yeah, we'll take the Scarecrow here, just for the artifact and creatureness of it. Maniac, Recruitment, Angler. So Angler, we've got a Scarecrow, and that's it. I don't expect to ever flip Angler. I've never really played it. I played against it once and didn't really care. I think we'll just take the... Well, Maniac's not going to do anything for us. Unless we get the Drownyard Behemoth next pack, we are going to have 0 Emerge creatures. I mean, I guess I can sack it to Ruthless Disposal. It is still just better than Recruitment and Angler, though, anyways, I think. So yeah, we'll take the Maniac. This was the pack, right? So no tree or Drownyard. That's a shame. We've got a Convolute, a Wailing Ghoul, a Displace. I don't think we're a Convolute deck. I don't think we're a control deck exactly. So Wailing Ghoul might be slightly better. Helps push us towards Delirium as well. Well, actually, no, I kind of do like the Convolute with the Docent. Let's take a Convolute. I don't know if it'll make the main deck, but I also don't know that Wailing Ghoul would have made the main deck either. Convolute, Strange Augmentation, Splendid Reclamation, I assume is worth nothing. 26 cents. May as well take it. We're not going to play a second Convolute. We're not going to play that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Let's rare draft. Nothing here. Geist of the Lonely Vigil is the only card that I would ever so slightly not want to see on the other side of the battlefield. And even then, I don't really care. Falconwrath. Okay, white is open-ish. I haven't seen any bombs go by. I've just seen really good utility cards go by. I guess we get rid of the 2/3. Another Geist, okay. And a Thirsting Axe. That's weird. That's definitely weird. Like, the best white card we've seen go by is a single Priest. I don't think we've seen anything on or above that level go by since. We've just seen so many good utility creatures. Weird. Very weird. Anyways. Shadows pack coming up. Feeling pretty confident about this deck. And then we get a Drownyard Temple, but we also get an Elusive Tormentor. That's just going to be the snap pick, I think. We're not taking a Surgery, an Existence, a Ghoul Colors Accomplice, or Shambleback. Hey, we never got a Scavenger's pack, so we're probably not going to play Graph Rats. So, yeah, I think we just snap that Tormentor right off, and then on the way back around we can take the Explorers, who are wizards, by the way. They could help the Docent. Ooh, he's a wizard too. Crazy. Yeah, let's take the Tormentor. Continue the mono blue-black rares plan. It's a good plan. Ooh, look at this. We got a Prized Amalgam, a Morkert Necropod. The blue-red spells deck is going to suck to play against with a Rise from the Tides. So Prized Amalgam, 3/3 for 3. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if entered from the graveyard, or you cast it from your graveyard, return Prized Amalgam from your graveyard to the battlefield. We're not bringing anything from graveyard to battlefield, right? That's just not something we're going to do. It is a 3/3 for 3. But I think I'd probably just prefer the 7/7 for 6. I think so. It's better than Observer, better than Explorers, better than Rise from the Tides. Yeah, Necropod. In you go. Ooh, Dusky. I might hate the Duskwatch Recruiter. I'm not taking a Pieces of the Puzzle. I'm not taking a Homunculus. I'm not taking a Merciless Resolve. I could take a Wicker Witch. Man, this pack just died off my colors. I'm just going to yeah. I never hate draft this early. Hate drafting is something that I do when there's nothing in the pack for me, and there's nothing in this pack for me, so Dusky, away you go. Epitaph Golem, press for answers. Rotten Heart Ghoul. Epitaph Golem is not what we want to be doing. Go for a press for answers. A little bit of tempo-y play there. It's a sorcery for my docent. We're not splashing for anything. We're not splashing for a Duskwatch Recruiter. Yeah, press for answers. What do we got here? Ooh, Just the Wind. Don't mind if I do. Sanitarium Skeleton, Wildfield Scarecrow. Yeah, Just the Wind. Alright, so I'm thinking we can cut the Graph Rats. We can play them if we have to, but we can also cut them. Convolute could get the cut. That's about it that I'm like, kind of itching to cut, I think. We'll see what we get in the next couple. I'd cut the press for answers for another Just the Wind or a Compelling Deterrence or something like that. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Come on, Birds of Paradise. Pass the cards. Another Rise from the Tides? Jesus. Man, the blue-red spells deck's going to be good. I think we just take the Silent Observer here. It's another 4-drop, which kind of sucks. But we're not taking an Alms of the Bane. We're not taking a Runaway Carriage. We're not taking a Rise from the Tides. Yeah, Silent Observer. Alright, so that's the deck if we don't get to replace Graph Rats. It's a little bit top-heavy. But we've got tempo plays to get us there. We've got solid early blockers. I think it's okay. Nothing here. Homunculus is the same. Well, I guess Homunculus is ever so slightly better than Graph Rats. Pieces of the Puzzle. No. Ghostly Wings. No. We'll take the Homunculus. Trade it for the Graph Rats. I mean, I do like that the Graph Rats are black, and it makes our double black not as hard. Although our double black is pretty late. So it's not as big of a deal. But we are very blue heavy right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Macabre Waltz, Catalog. I don't think we're going to play either of those. Although we could play Macabre Waltz since I am planning to drop a Laboratory Brute. And we do have 2 Madness cards. I'll take it. In fact, just over the Furtive Homunculus, I think. Ooh, Stormrider Spirit. Another 5-drop, though. I don't think we've got room for that. We'll take it, but I don't think it's going to make the main deck. No, there's no way that's going to make the main deck. Another Silent Observer. Sure, maybe we have to go really, really long and side in a second one, but we're not going to main deck a second one. I'm not going to play any of these. I don't want flyers to mess up my Herald and whatnot, so let's get rid of that. Dauntless Cathar. Yeah, white's... white's like half open. It's not open, but it's half open, so we'll take the Dauntless Cathar. Sanitarium Skeleton. I'll take that. And I will cut something for it, I think, because Sanitarium Skeleton gives our Dragoon flying, gives our Tormentor flipping, gives great sack outlet. Yeah, Sanitarium Skeleton is making this deck for sure. Over what? Over what? Let's check out our Delirium situation. We've got an enchantment that will probably make it to the graveyard. Maybe. We've got sorceries. We've got instants. We've got creatures. We've got artifact. I think Delirium is going to be semi-reliable by the time we can do Laboratory and Feaster. 16 creatures. I do like the Brute with the Delirium and the Macabre Waltz plan, so I don't think the Brute's the cut. Necropod's definitely not. Well, let's see. Definitely not. Maybe. No. How many Madless outlets do we have? We have Dragoon. Waltz. Just Dragoon and Waltz. Maybe Weirded Vampire is the cut. Silent Observer I don't think is the... Well, maybe Silent Observer could be the cut. Like 5 toughness is good. Yeah, I think Silent Observer can be a cut, and if we end up against flyers, it can come in. I think I'd be okay with that. Makes our curve a little bit nicer too. Yeah, let's go with that. I like this deck. I definitely like this deck. Graph Rats, no. Augmentation, no. Graph Harvest, no. Observer, Sideboard, both of them. Stormrider Spirit, probably never. Furtive Homunculus, no. Yeah. So let's go with that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this will be like a 9-8, maybe a 10-7. 9-8. Sounds good. I like the deck. I like it. I think we can 3-0 with this deck. Let's give it a go. I say that. Be prepared for the 0-3. But I'll see you guys for round 1.